Hello, welcome to Blow TV. I'm sitting up to Carlisle. I've just been knocked out of the FA Cup following a 2-1 loss to Shrewsbury Town. Um, Look, that result is really disappointing today. Not just because we're not going to be in the next round, but because Shrewsbury were really there for the taking. Shrewsbury were not a good side today. I can't say I watched too many of their games. I don't know whether that's them having a bad game or a good game, but today they weren't anything special and they didn't play very well. The amount of chances we missed was unbelievable, especially in the first half, And Brad Young, there was a chance right, when we'd just gone 1-0 down. Brad Young has the ball. He's just nicked it off the keeper. He's round the keeper. He can either shoot, but risk getting it blocked by two players in his queue in his path, or pass it to the side for Tristan Abrams for a simple tap in. And there's a point beyond selfishness in this situation because he's a number 9. The only thing in his mind is going to be him scoring. But that was a next level from selfishness. I'd have subbed him off there and then if I was Keith Millen, because it wasn't selfish, it was just stupid. Because there was a very low chance of him scoring from that position. And it was such a simple pass to such a good position in Abrahams. And if he scores that, we're level with lots of time left. Because it's still the first half, we're level with a lot of time left. But yeah, both goals, they just showed, we had the chances that they did, and we had the better chances in the game. And I would argue our goal came from one of our worst chances, because we had chances in the first half. One straight from, very early on in the first half. Tristan Abrahams, I kind of lose excitement when he gets on the ball. I noticed today because when we're bursting forward in attack, passes it to Tristan Abrahams, because he's so slow, he slows the attack right down, and he doesn't have any finishing ability. He scored that one goal against Warsaw from about 4 yards out, and even I admitted he played well that game. But he doesn't have the pace, and he doesn't have the clinicalness that we need at the minute, being stuck down at the bottom end of the table. And if he scores that goal straight off the bat, that chance was pretty much identical to the one they had towards the second half, where he's sort of out wide a little bit, with his shot on goal. He puts it straight at the keeper. It's a poor shot, and then that just sets on a downward spiral. But no, look, today the FA Cup, you just know Shrewsbury are going to go and get like Chelsea or Liverpool at home and get a shitload of money, and we've lost out on it because Brad Young was a selfish get, because it really, realistically, what needed to happen there is Keith Millen should have subbed him off straight away. Honestly, that's what I would have done, because it is such a stupid decision to shoot from there, and it costs us in the long run, And the decision not to start Jordan Gibson as well, fans said he should have started, and he came on and proved why. Maybe a bit too late. Came on in about 65th minute. He scores right at the very end. There isn't enough time to go and get a second. But look, we just need to hold out till January now. If we can go and get a few more points in the league, stay above that relegation zone, and then we need to strengthen in January. It's bad business to just throw money at things, but that's the position we're in now, where we just need to get somebody in. Because what's going to happen, right? If January doesn't happen now, if no clubs are allowed to spend in January, and we have to finish this season with the squads we've got, I back us to finish above that bottom two. However, I know for a fact Oldham and Scunthorpe are both going to be trying to strengthen in that January transfer window. And, if what Keith Millen's saying is true, and what the other manager before him, Chris Beach, has said is true, that it's harder to get people up to Carlisle, then we really need to get our fingers out our asses and, sort of start trying to make these moves happen, because there are free agents out there. I don't even I saw something about Nathan Thomas the other day. He'd be a brilliant one to bring in. I'm not 100% sure if he's a free agent or not, but signings like him, just goal scorers, just people with a bit of experience. The goalkeeper we've got now, Mark Howard, he's an example of the kind of experience and the kind of quality you can find in the free agent window, because it's them kind of players that you need to be bringing in January, or even splash the cash a bit, because we've been getting money from transfers, Jared Brandthwaite and Dean Henderson and the like, because where's that money going? Because we seem to be getting in more debt every single year. So where's that money going? It's not going towards the debt because we're getting more and more of that. It's not going towards transfers because we're getting constant free agents and then making a profit on them anyways. Where's that money going? You know, because where is it? Where's that money gone? It's a question, isn't it? But some of that money needs to be spent in January to bring players in, or we are gonna go down. Because Scunthorpe and Oldham are both going to strengthen. We just need to make sure that we, at the very least, keep up with them. Because this is a team that, if we start playing well, Callum Guy's going to pick up his pace. You know, maybe Jordan Gibson starts getting a few decent goals because he's the standout player this season. Jordan Gibson, I think, he's played really well in every game I've seen him in, except maybe Lincoln, where he missed that brilliant chance on Tuesday. Fun fact, that is the first penalty shootout I've seen live at a game, and it was a win. But look, we're not in a bad run of form. We've won the 2 games before this one, and if we can just carry that on in the league, we don't have to play well. Because that was the difference between us and Shrewsbury today. Both teams were quite poor. I think we had the better chances. And I remember somebody, my dad next to me, saying they don't deserve that when the second Shrewsbury goal went in. And I remember thinking, well, yeah, it's against the run of play. But if we can't finish our chances and they can, why don't they deserve to be ahead? Because we didn't deserve to win that game because we didn't finish our chances. Doesn't matter how we played. If we're not clinical enough, we're not going to win games and we're not going to get points. And that's the problem at the minute. And that's the kind of player we need to bring in. The one who can finish that chance Tristan Abrahams had in the first half. It's just somebody who would maybe pass that to the left to tap into an open goal. Them sort of players. We just need experienced League 2 players that are capable of dragging us up the league a bit. And that they are out there. But it just takes finding. And look, if the bad scenario is we go into January, don't buy anybody, and then get relegated, which is a possibility. But until then, we can only be hopeful. We can only be hopeful of what's going to happen in January because who knows? Nobody thought we were going to get Zach Clough coming to start the season. He was such a standout, great signing at the time. Yeah, it hasn't worked out, but it's them kind of signings. You know, if we can pull that signing off, we can pull off some 30-year-old striker who doesn't have a club at the minute. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that in a bit.